Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I forgot to mention that after I've told you 1,000 times on this channel that I started my kid is now 15 years old. He had his birthday, but my 15-year-old, I started him when he was 7 years old, and I have thrown him 2 buckets of balls 3 days a week, year round, since he turned 7 years old, and I've done it every week. And I was very gratified because yesterday he went to his first high school baseball practice. And he got home from practice and he was extremely confident in how he would stack up against the rest of the baseball team. And I asked him, I said, so how do you think all these years of us practicing and just doing those reps year round has helped you out there? And he said, yep. He said it worked. And so it made, that was the first goal, is to get to his first high school, to get on the high school baseball team. Next, we're going Division I. And then after that, it's the Atlanta Braves. And I'm going to talk to the Atlanta Braves. When he's good enough, I'm going to say, listen, we don't want to do this going around all over the country playing for everybody. We want to be a Braves franchise player. We want to be your guy, your Freddie Freeman, your Chipper Jones. That's the plan. In fact, my youngest wants to be the second coming of Chipper Jones because he's a switch hitter. My oldest is a left-hander, and he wants to be the next Freddie Freeman. So, there you go. All right, XRP James sent me this. Iran seizes 45,000 Bitcoin miners for illegally using subsidized government electricity. Okay, so the Bitcoin crackdown going on, you can see how this whole thing can eventually unfold into a complete nightmare. Okay, and then there was this from Disclosed TV. Just in, Biden's Treasury nominee, Janet Yellen, says cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are of particular concern for terrorist financing money laundering. So here we go back to that again. And it looks like Anthony Pompliano has been shocked a little bit and is finding himself in a defensive position. I got news, Anthony. It was never Bitcoin. You're not going to go, it's not going to be down with the banks. It's not going to be any of that. I've said it for 3 years. That's what I would have said as an 18-year-old, not as a 46-year-old, which I am. As a 46-year-old, I knew that what Ripple was doing, going straight to regulators, was the way to go, and there was not going to be any down with the banks. And as Brad Garlinghouse said, before you have down with the banks, you're going to see them bring out the tanks and the guns, and that is called an adult position. Heyo Seiko Carmona sent me this. Ripple tweeted this out today. 2021 will see crypto at the top of G20 financial regulatory priorities. CBDCs in production, industry-shaking M&A, and more. Read more predictions from Ripple's Ashish Birla, Monica Long, Joel Katz. Trying to remember who this one is. Michael Sagadowski. I need to follow him. And Stuart Alderati and James Wallace. And here's the article. Let's see. I'm going to try to just kind of go through this and see if I can pull out the most interesting things. This is a crypto quickening. It says Ashish Birla anticipates that the use of crypto and streamlined fintech regulations will help even more fintechs compete with banks on a level playing field in 2021. At the same time, crypto companies are exploring more traditional banking opportunities, as evidenced by the number of crypto and blockchain firms that applied for banking charters. The tide is turning, said Birla. It's possible that we could see a fintech or cryptocurrency company acquire a traditional financial institution this coming year. Wonder if he could be talking about Ripple there, acquiring a traditional financial institution. And then as we go along, this guy, Michael Zakowski, he says that 2021 will see DeFi gain even more traction as it matures. I anticipate many of the early DeFi projects will fizzle out, consolidate, and get acquired in the months ahead, said Zakowski. But the truly useful ones, most likely the simpler applications, replicating financial services like wrapped assets or decentralized exchanges, should continue to gain momentum with users. He also predicts that new DeFi platforms will solidify their footing as demands for performance and cost accelerates. Here's an interesting, with Ethereum 2.0 still far from reality, he also cautions that Ethereum will continue to lose ground and could fall even further by 2020 if development timelines slow. I believe at least 25% of the value deployed in DeFi by the end of 2021 will be on networks other than Ethereum. Then he says he's talking about new major initiatives will extend its leadership in DeFi. These include a variety of projects such as Flare and XRPL transaction hooks, enabling expanded smart contract functionality. Folks, you can just smell it. The proof of work thing is about to get put down. Look, you can smell it. And then regulatory clarity. Ripple's General Counsel Stuart Alderati predicts that crypto regulation will be a top priority for a Biden team that understands its implications for public and private sector innovation. This could lead to a unified framework and streamlined application process for fintechs seeking crypto licenses. Intelligent, well-thought-out regulations communicated effectively and uniformly applied can help level the playing field and unleash innovation and further mainstream adoption here in the U.S., said Alderati. Then we go the year of the CBDCs. Let's see if we can get down to here. I believe this is, who is this talking here? James Wallace. The activity, there goes my kid on his bike. The activity and advancement in CBDCs are the clearest indicators yet that digital currencies are the future, said James Wallace, VP of Central Bank Engagements at Ripple. Over the course of 2021, I expect to see greater evolution of cryptocurrencies, stablecoins, CBDCs, with each firm establishing their place in finance and payments through more defined use cases. Beyond proof of work, the launch of Ethereum, David Schwartz says he sees it as a clear move away from proof of work and towards more scalable, sustainable systems in 2021. The fact of the matter is POW systems consume a lot of resources and energy, said Schwartz. They also feature an inevitable bend towards centralization over time as the miners with the cheapest power become key stakeholders. 2021 will see technical innovations continue to improve blockchains like XRPL that use newer technologies. The writing's on the wall, folks. Focusing on impact, RippleX manager Monica Long anticipates this commitment to impact play out in other ways over the coming year. In 2021, we'll see crypto make good on its original promise to remake finance as more accessible and equitable for worlds underserved, offered Long. To help achieve that vision, the crypto, Anyway, I think those are some pretty quality predictions. It looks like 2021 is going to be huge. Stuart Alderati weighed in on this, and he said, for better, not worse, crypto will be on the short list of financial regulatory priorities for G20 countries. There is really no choice as these technologies move into the mainstream. And then we've got this XRP Crypto Wolf weighed in. CBDCs will address cross-border interoperability. They will require collaboration between central banks and private blockchains and may be able to utilize neutral bridge currencies that provide liquidity and instant settlement for cross-border payments. Michelle Vandenberg sent me this. RippleX retweeted that tweet and says, to improve energy usage, David Schwartz expects more blockchains in 2021 to mirror Ethereum's proof of stake migration and pursue becoming carbon neutral like XRPL. What do you think? You can see where it's going, folks. Now, this is just a thread I wanted to make you aware of. It's XR Patience. This person is really putting out some killer threads. I'm just going to read you this first line. Coinbase is officially halting trading of XRP in the U.S. today. Despite the exchange halts, SEC woes, escrow claims, and XRP's dropping market cap rank, I'm still mega bullish on XRP. Am I insane? He's got a thread here, but I wanted to draw your attention down to this part right here. Those are the kinds of things everyday people in everyday life will actually notice. Normal folks play video games, invest in the stock market, or at least hear about it in the news, vote in elections, etc. Why they don't see and don't hear is why I'm a raging XRP bull. Yes, XRP is hands down the best payments tech in the crypto space, but I'm not naive. The best tech doesn't always win. If you're old enough to remember Betamax and Laserdisc, their tech was far superior to VHS, but VHS won the market share war. Sometimes tech just fails to catch on for whatever reason. Maybe it's too expensive, its market push fails to spark interest, the team loses important members, da-da-da-da-da. Whatever the reason, great ideas sometimes fail. They just do. But XRP isn't just a great idea or the best payments tech. It has a huge ecosystem with hundreds of projects running right now. Ripple is currently the largest of those projects, and its ambitions are truly lofty indeed. You see, Ripple has the internet of value in its sights. It's partnered with hundreds of financial institutions for making cross-border payments, remittances. It's held conferences with dozens of central banks regarding the future of payments, stablecoins, and CBDCs. These aren't things everyday people pay attention to. The opaque world of big finance is way outside the reach of the average person, and financial institutions like to keep it that way. But the info is there if you look for it. Ripple has stated that it adds 2 new clients per week to RippleNet. That's more than 100 new financial institutions coming on board each year. 20% of the payments use on-demand liquidity, XRP. 100 plus new clients per year using XRP means numbers go up. The SEC lawsuit has depressed the price of XRP, which should be well above $2 by now. But I see that as an opportunity, not an issue. I'm a long-term investor, not a swing trader. I was a swing trader. If I was a swing trader, I wouldn't hold XRP because it needs time to overcome the obstacles. All right, it goes on. This guy does some really long but interesting tweets. You should go read the whole thing. Michael at VAL5 links. This is a Brian Brooks thread. He's on his way out. Thanks to everyone who supported me and contributed ideas over the past 9 months. Here's where I think we are and where we're going. First, my philosophy, the purpose of government is to set frameworks that allow each of us to safely pursue our own version of happiness. Government should expand freedom, not constrain it. Banks and other corporations are supposed to respond to demand by providing those things people want and are willing to pay for. But sometimes institutions decide people's ideas or economic choices are wrong and then try to suppress those ideas or choices. Hence, decentralization, an open internet, and an open financial system put power back in the hands of the actual people for whose benefit government and corporations are supposed to exist. And he goes on and on and on. I'm not going to read through this whole thing, but anyway, Brian Brooks will go down in history as one of the good guys in this. I wanted to play you this short video from XRP King Lin, who keeps putting out some great stuff. Here you go.
And ready to take on commensurate responsibility.
By the way, this is David, is it Lipton I think he's from the IMF, and he's speaking at Bretton Woods 75 years later.
Gain appropriately in the say they have at the IMF. Similarly, we have to continue to align our policies and our tools with these changing economic realities. The inclusion of the renminbi in the SDR was one example of a step in that direction. It demonstrated our ability to change. The bottom line is this. As economic power becomes more diverse and more diffuse, retaining a focus on common challenges is likely to be more difficult. So the IMF's fundamental role as global convener, trusted advisor, and financial firefighter will become even more important than it's been. What about other changes in the global economy? Technological advances offer enormous opportunities to accelerate productivity and to lift income. And ready to
I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that there's a lot going on at the world level, the G20, the IMF, the World Economic Forum. And I'm telling you, after staring at this for over 2 or 3 years now, XRP is involved all the way to the top. Thanks for listening.